Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We join our party on the road in the Cursed Lands, heading towards the Harper base. We just encountered one of their patrols, and they let us know that we could go there for some safe refuge in this hostile land. However, you may have noticed that one of our party members is not here with us. Where is Lae'zel? It seems as though after some of the revelations of Vlaakith's intentions, Lae'zel is having a change of heart. The best part about this is I thought about doing this in our last playthrough, but we kind of stopped playing with Lae'zel after the monastery. So this is the first time I've really taken Lae'zel into the late game, and this is the real build I was envisioning all along. We just needed a change of heart first. We are effectively level 7 right now. Our party leveled up at the end of the last video. We have been an Eldritch Knight fighter throughout this campaign so far, and you may have noticed that I really haven't even been casting that many spells with Lae'zel. Just wasn't vibing with it. I was looking forward to this. We are going to become a warlock. You see, last night, Lae'zel made a pact with the Great Old One. This is going to give her some very strong warlock powers if we continue to go down this route. This is also going to allow me to rebalance my stats a little bit. That looks pretty good to me. 8 strength, 16 dexterity, 15 constitution, 8 intelligence, 8 wisdom, and 17 charisma. Now that charisma is important, and you'll see why very, very soon. As a level 2 warlock, we gain access to Eldritch invocations. We can take 2 of these here. Some of these are going to look familiar. For instance, Repelling Blast was a key part of my strategy on Will during my Dark Urge playthrough. However, things are a little different this time. We are going to take Agonizing Blast again. This is going to add that charisma modifier into our Eldritch Blast damage. But we're also going to be taking Devil Sight. You can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 80 feet. I'm going to grab Dissonant Whispers as our spell, and I'm not going to replace anything just yet. As we hit level 3, this is another huge level where we get Pact of the Blade. You can summon a packed weapon or bind the one you are wielding, making it magical. Packed weapons use the wielder's spell casting ability modifier instead of strength or dexterity. That means our charisma is coming into play yet again, and it's going to be what's powering our weapons as long as we are wielding our packed weapon. We also gain level 2 spells, and this is where we're going to take Darkness. That Devil Sight can see through this. However, 99% of the enemies we are going to fight cannot. Warlock level 4 is going to give us a new cantrip. I'm going to pick up Minor Illusion. You never know. It comes in handy all the time. And I think for my next level 2 spell, I'm going to take Mirror Image. This is going to up our AC a lot as we go into melee. And the best part about it is it doesn't require our concentration. So we can get this going and then have another spell rolling on top of it. I'm also going to swap out Dissonant Whispers now and pick up Invisibility. For our feat at this level, I could take Great Weapon Master again, and I do think that would be really good. However, if we grab this ability improvement, I can get both my Constitution and my Charisma up to even numbers. At Warlock level 5, we're basically going to get that extra attack that we had before. This is Deepen Pact. Blade Pact holders gain an extra attack with their packed weapon. For my spell at this level, I'm going to grant Flight. I think being able to zoom around the battlefield is going to be very valuable on Lae'zel. Heavy armor is difficult to move in. For our next Eldritch invocation, I thought this one sounded awesome. Mire the Mind. You can cast slow with a Warlock spell slot. Those spell slots are going to be coming back on a short rest. Slow's a level 3 spell. It does require our concentration, but could have some crazy effects on the battlefield. I mean, could you imagine Kalark hasted while a slow is going off as well? Oh my goodness. I'm going to get rid of Dissonant Whispers and swap in Gaseous Form as well. I imagine at this stage, if I want to do range damage, I'm going to be using Eldritch Blast anyway. So let's get rid of that. It does have some CC with it, but gain Gaseous Form, which I can use to get myself out of a particularly bad spot. Now, instead of going to Warlock 6, we are taking an oath of vengeance against Vlaakith and her followers. Now, becoming a paladin does make us abide by some tenets. We have to fight greater evil, exerting our wisdom, identify the higher morality in any given instance, and then fight for it. There can be no mercy for the wicked. Chastise those who dole out their villainy by wiping their blight from the world forever. That already kind of sounds like Lae'zel anyway. I've always heard how strong the Oath of Vengeance with the Pact of the Blade Warlock can be. There's always this morality with it. Like, how do you take an oath to uphold good while also taking a pact from some otherworldly being? Well, Lae'zel's burning rage for Vlaakith, I think, allows her to do both. I think that makes perfect sense. At level 2, we gain access to Smites, which is going to be adding in radiant damage on every single one of our swings in turn for spending a spell slot on it. That can get very costly, but it should add up to some very big damage. We also get to pick a fighting style. We are going with great weapon fighting, as we're already wielding one on our back, even though you can't see it right now. Our known spells don't change. We can swap out whatever we want for prepared spells. I'm going to take something like this, I think. I know going over an entire character build isn't everyone's idea of entertainment, and that was the first thing we did in this video. Thank you so much for your patience. I want to remind you guys, we are doing a 24-hour charity stream on November 4th to raise money for the Arnold Palmer Hospital in Orlando, Florida. We're trying to help sick kids, and I hope you guys show up for the stream. Now, with that brief interjection, we're not done leveling up. This is an important level for the other members of our party as well. Clark going up to level 7 monk. No, he's not. Think again. We are adding in some levels of rogue now. Now, will the sneak attack actually do anything for us? No, because we aren't wielding a weapon. But you'll see. It'll come into play. You'll see. For my skills, I'm really going to up my insight and my perception a lot. I want to be able to spot details in my environment and tell when people might be lying to me. That seems like a great level up for Clark. Astarion is not going to go to level 7 Bard just yet. Instead, we are taking a dip into Cleric, specifically the life domain Cleric. This is going to add some extra oomph to each of our healing spells, but really, if you stop and think about it, now that he is feeding on our party, now that he is a full-blown vampire out in plain sight, the transfer of life is just part of his day-to-day activity. Being a life domain makes perfect sense. I'm just saying, stop and think about it. The cantrips I'm going to take are Thaumaturgy, which is going to give us advantage on intimidation and performance checks. Guidance, which I may not be able to use with my bardic inspiration on the same character during the same dialogue. If that's the case, I'll try to find another source of guidance in our build somewhere. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Also, guidance can be cast over and over and over again, whereas I could run out of bardic inspirations at any given time, depending on how we're playing. I'm also going to take light for the only reason that I think lighting up my violin and performing would look fucking badass. And if you're wondering what deity I picked, I mean, praise be to Tiamat, of course, of course. Gale is going to have a perfectly normal level up. As a level 7 wizard, he's going to gain 2 new spells. They're level 4 spells. I could grab Firewall here, but I have a scroll of Firewall in my inventory. Now that I have access to this, I should be able to transcribe it. I didn't even know Fire Shield was a thing. That looks so cool. I'm going to go with Dimension Door as well as Confusion for this level up. There's a lot of really good choices here. A lot of them require concentration as well, I'm starting to notice. So that might be more difficult to manage as we continue. And it looks like we were correct. Look at that light cantrip. That's awesome. I had to unequip everything. I actually had to throw the violin on the ground in order to get the cantrip on it. That's so cool. I really like that a lot. We do have a new weapon that we're going to be equipping on Astarion as well when we do go back into combat. We have this staff here that doubles the effect of Bless. And now that we have that level dip in Life Domain Cleric, Bless comes with the territory. So we'll be able to really up our chances of landing everything as a result of that. That's a fantastic pickup. Were we going to do anything today? Down the road to the southwest.
Charming. Seems like you can't even take flight to evade this shadow curse.
No one noticed anything. I guess we'll keep moving. Arcana check failed on everybody. I'm not going to touch that dead bird.
This place is protected.
We need to put our best foot forward here.
Must be the refuge the Harpers spoke of.
Astarion is going to enter.
A little shimmering shield of light. It should be a reprieve from the shadows, if nothing else.
Very well said. Surprised we're not being questioned already. One step forward.
Step forward and keep your hands off your weapons.
Easy. He's with me.
Oh, okay. Wait, we don't have to do all the checks to get in? That's it?
Jaheira.
Hey, Jaheira. I'm going to do my best to keep Jaheira alive. This is my solemn oath. She's, oh, give her the stink eye. What's going on? Oh, okay, maybe this isn't a warm welcome. It seems as though entangling roots have ensnared Astarion. How uncouth. Legends led me to expect better of the noble Jaheira.
It seems tales of my clemency have been greatly exaggerated.
If you let me go, I'll happily amend the tales. Add a hate stranger's footnote.
You have not experienced my hatred, stranger. Not yet, at least. This is why we're here, you see.
Yep.
It is a curious creature that hides all manner of secrets. But if there's one thing that we know, it's that it knows its own kind.
Oh, I can explain. I can explain that. Uh-oh.
You should never have come here, true soul.
True soul? No, I don't have a soul. I'm a vampire. Cleric of Tiamat. Pray to the mini-mod goddess for salvation. Oh! Oh! Well, it's better than my strength option. I'm never going to pass that. Tiamat! New follower here. Can you help me?
Pathetic deception. I know who you really worship, true soul.
Stop! What are you doing?
Hey, Mo! What's up?
He's the one who protected the Emerald Grove.
Protected that. You hear that? You hear that? Protected it. You hear that?
Didn't leave a goblin standing.
That part's true.
Hang around with either. Saved two of my friends. One from a harpy and one from a mad druid with a snake. Didn't make a fuss about thieving either. I pretty much trust him with my life.
There you go. Yeah.
True soul with a mind of his own? How is that possible?
Hey, thank you. Wow, what a good review from Mole. Oh, because of this, show her the artifact. No, I don't think our party would do that. I work in mysterious ways, says Astarion.
Enlighten me. Now.
Oh. I know it's hard to trust anyone right now, but believe me, I am not an absolute cultist. Come on, I'm starting to sound like Seinfeld. What's happening? That's a big roll. I wanted to see if we could do it. We can add guidance. I actually totally believe in this. Completely. No doubt in my mind at all. However, that number's looking a little low. Little low. Do we have any inspiration? We have 1. Oh, how great. How great. Let's do that roll again. We need a 21. Drum roll, please. Nope. That's a 15. Oh, I hope I didn't mess that up.
Not good enough.
Okay, fine. Here, look. This is the artifact. Did it just bonk itself to
What
death?
the hell is that thing?
Well, oh my god. Oh no. Would we really tell Jaheira everything? Would we really do that? No. So far it's been a lifesaver. Here's hoping you agree and spare our lives again.
More or less. Congratulations. You've earned yourself the benefit of the doubt.
Hey.
Hear me, Harpers. All clear. At ease. I'll not pretend to understand what that artifact is. But I'm old and wise enough to recognize a sliver of hope when it crawls out of the dark. Tell me, why have you come here?
Well, I was invited by your people. That was pretty apparent when they said I was with her. That's pretty ridiculous. Look, I just want a cure for the parasite in my head. Moonrise Towers is my only lead.
Then our interests align. We must all cure ourselves of the entire cult of the Absolute. There's food in the inn over there. Beds too if you require rest. Aloe oil in the cupboard, in case the vines gave you a rash.
Oh.
Settle in. Then come join me for a drink. You may just be the godsend we've been praying for.
All right. I have been looking forward to landing here for a long time now. You guys know I've meticulously planned out a few of our character builds, not all of them. I have no idea what I'm doing with Gale, but this place has some huge, huge upgrades for us. Well, we've run into a slight problem already. You know how the tiefling party happened a little earlier than I thought with our schedule? Well, I didn't talk to all of the tieflings inside of the city. I did all of the quests for the kids like Mole, but there's supposed to be another vendor right here. And I think it was my lack of interaction with Roland that may have messed that up. Dang. They sell some good boots. All is not lost, however. With that infernal iron that we collected, we can come over to Damon now.
It's you. What are the odds? So glad you're all right. Well, as all right as any of us. A makeshift Harper's Fire might not be where I hope to set up shop. But maybe I've got something you can use anyway. And if you find any interesting materials in need of working, I'm happy to help.
Whoa, interesting materials. What do you mean?
I hesitated to mention this back in the Druid's Grove, for obvious reasons. But no one has earned my trust if not you. When Elturel was dragged into Avernus, I was drafted into a devil's smithy. It should have been awful. But infernal metal is like a wild horse. Powerful, exuberant. It'll kill you if you lack technique. I can sense some. Smell it almost. Somewhere in the area. Underground, maybe. Out there in the shadows.
Well, you can sense it. Wow.
Bring it to me. I'll make something incredible.
We have 3 of these from Act 1, and there's more you can find here in Act 2 as well, but I found some of the material you could work with. What can you make out of it?
Absolutely. Rare to get your hands on this stuff. Well done keeping it to hand.
Be careful who you show that to. It might draw the wrong kind of attention.
What did you make? Flawed Helldusk armor. So this is heavy armor. When you are hit by a foe within 7 feet, it might take 1 to 4 fire damage. You take 1 less piercing damage. All in all, that's okay. It does sell for quite a lot, 3,200. But if we talk to Damon again...
Need anything?
We should be able to craft some other pieces as well. This time he gave us the Flawed Helldusk helmet. The wielder has a +2 bonus to saving throws against spells. Once again, that's okay. Damon, one more try for me, please. I found some more material. There we go, the Flawed Helldusk gloves. These are some of the best gloves in the entire game. Your weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 fire damage. Your unarmed attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 necrotic damage, and possibly inflict bleeding. Now, if I am not mistaken, these do count as armor. No, they don't. Oh, I was originally going to give these to Lae'zel. Man, I'm kind of bummed. I'm looking through all of my buffs. I'm not sure why, but Kalark has lost his Bawal sacrifice bonus. So that bleeding effect isn't even going to help him. Dang, I don't know why I lost it. It should have definitely still been there. Well, either way, let me go ahead. I'm going to add my fire damage back in since I'm not gaining any effect from the Bawal. And I will give those gloves over to Lae'zel, who will add that fire damage onto each of her swings. Thanks, Devin. Huge help. Huge help, my dude. Now we're heading over to the Quartermaster Tally. This is the Harper Quartermaster.
Stop up while you can. I only hope I've brought enough to see us through.
I hope you have as well. I mean, is there anything I could take off your hands at no cost to myself? Wow, look at him go. We rolled a 14. Once all of our buffs were added, we're rolling low today.
Cheeky. But, since you're asking...
What's she giving us? I got free food. Thanks.
If you're all right by Jaheira, you're all right by me.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that. Now, she does have a few items in here that our party could definitely use. First up is the Shield of Devotion. This would give us access to the spell Aid, a spell at which we don't have right now. That's going to cost 1,000 gold, though. Scroll of Telekinesis, can't use it just yet. However, once we can, that's going to be incredible. Once again, 1,700. And last but not least, the Cloak of Protection, giving +1 AC and +1 to saving throws. This is what I wanted to equip on Kalark, along with the boots that I could have gotten. I would have gotten a +2 AC in this town alone. Unfortunate. We all pulled just barely enough gold together to make that happen. We'll go ahead and barter that off. Thank you. The shield I am going to give to Astarion to give him that aid spell. The cape is going over to Kalark, increasing his AC back up to 20. He really does look like a superhero, doesn't he? And that Scroll of Telekinesis will go over to Gale for safekeeping. Now that our shopping spree is done, I do want to go inside and make sure we have a word with at least a few people in here. Number one, Jaheira wanted to talk to us more. Then Elphira, the bard from the Grove, seems to have made it. But first, why is Raphael talking to Mole?
We need to talk.
Your move, Mole.
You trapped me? I didn't even want to take this one.
Kalimshan rules, dear. The first piece touched is the first piece moved.
That's garbage! No matter where the night goes, I'm gonna lose it!
Then make the sacrifice useful. Guard your Mistra, or come for my Cyric.
It's like 5D chess.
Look who made it! For once, I saved your butt out there, didn't I? Where's Square now, Chief? Say,
You did help, that's true.
play Lance Ball by any chance? It's my first time playing.
The keen gleam in Mole's eyes reveals the lie. She knows the game well, and she wants to win.
Always laid a fine trap for you, Mole. It looks to me like his Cyric could be dethroned.
Gale chiming in too. I like that. This game, I'm going to do the monk option. This is a game that tests your mind. Look at the board with fresh eyes. What does your opponent hide?
His king is wide open.
Yes. That was my enlightened plan.
My, the Thescan double counter gambit. Vicious.
Where'd he go?
Exactly what I would have done.
Nice. That was a little excessive. You might get in a technical foul.
Brava.
Raphael.
Lovely work. I see I was right to make you the offer I did. You will consider it, won't you?
What kind of offers is this ghost offering you? Hey, he's back.
What a lovely specimen she is. A blushing apple begging to be plucked.
That's a little weird, my dude.
The Thescan move suggestion was inspired. I had no idea you played.
There's plenty about Kalak you don't know about, devil.
Don't I? Indeed. But don't you worry about Moll. It goes without saying she still has the unconditional freedom to choose the only option she has left. Now, let's talk about you. I sense there's something you want to ask me.
I do. I have a proposal.
What kind of proposal, vampire?
Proposal? If you're hoping to taste my blood, little vampling, think again. It burns hotter than wyvern whiskey.
This is serious business. Devil.
Had to slip it
a
in.
long time ago,
Devil.
someone carved some runes into my back. I'd rather like to know what they say.
What are you talking about, Astarion? What scars?
You haven't told them? And you've kept your clothes on this whole time. How unlike you. Why not let them see? Don't be shy.
That's pretty invasive. That's pretty invasive.
Damn it.
Don't worry. I'm motivated to help you. Scars often tell such wonderful stories. I think yours might be truly exquisite. I'll see you soon.
And away he goes.
Well, now you know.
Why would you feel the need to hide scars from me? Why didn't you tell me earlier? Kalak could have helped.
Perhaps I should have. I'm not exactly used to asking for help and being met with, well, help. But what's done is done, so how about we stop talking about it and just get on with things?
Well, you're moving on pretty fast.
I should probably get dressed first.
And then he just leaves. Just like that. Mo, what did he say to you?
Nice strategy back there. If we put our heads together, I bet you and me can make a tidy stack of coin in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, you think so?
Raphael's offered me a partnership already, and it seems like a sweeter deal than throwing my lot in with you.
Hey, whoa. I like the monk option a lot. Like a prick from a scorpion, Raphael's deal seems innocuous. But they are poison.
Poison? Sure. You must love the taste of it. He seems to know you pretty well.
He took an interest in me, that's all. I haven't made a deal with him. He is trying to tempt me.
Looked like he was doing a pretty good job. If I had to deal with gods and worms in my head, I'd make a deal with anyone. Look, you saved us. Not knocking that. But after you left, Zevlor lost his nerve.
What?
Gave up the fight. I won't. Now there's no grove, no coin, no one taking us to the city. I'm not letting my crew get eaten by shadows. Maybe I'll make a deal, maybe I won't. But it'll be my choice, not the devil's, and not yours.
Wow. Very convinced already. I thought we were going to have a little bit more of like a mentor moment there. No, Mole has made up their mind. Well, Jaheira said she wanted to have a word with us. I'm going to meet with her, even though we did have Astarion doing this last time. You know, Lae'zel has charisma now. Maybe she can be our liaison.
Please, be welcome. Have a drink. To your very good health.
Medicine. Smell the wine first. We need a 10 for this. We gain Bark Inspiration. Yes, I was right. We can only take one of these. Okay. And that's going to be an 11 minus 1 plus.
You perceive a faint hint of clorth grass, a herb that is said to elicit the truth. Jaheira smiles at you knowingly.
It doesn't spoil the taste, if that's what you're wondering.
This is pointless as an Oath of Vengeance paladin. Unless you've committed a grievous sin, I am no threat to you. Wow, look at that.
A noble proclamation. It must have made you quite thirsty.
She really wants me to drink the wine. Fine, as a show of trust.
Bottoms up.
They both disapprove, really?
Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien.
Something alien?
And do not lie. The parasite is changing you. Isn't it?
There's something alien about this Githyanki? Despite knowing you're under the effects of the drug, try to deny the tadpole has any influence on you. This is a constitution saving throw. Should I do this? We can get blessed. Let's take it. We only need a 6. I'm glad we got some bonuses. We rolled a 10.
Good. I will take your word for it. And hold you to it, too. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago.
Who's that man? If he's back, perhaps you should have hit him harder in the first place. That sounds like something the vampire would say. Who was or is he?
General Ketheric Thorm. Remember that name. He's the leader of the Absolutists. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But he's returned. Not only does General Ketheric Thorm live again, it seems he is no longer mortal. He has become, in fact, invincible.
That's not good.
On the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless. But experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope.
Very optimistic of you.
You are that hope.
You hear that, Lisa? Look at her. Yeah, dude, yeah. Kalark smiling in the back, too. He's like, that's right. That's right. You think I can kill him?
Not immediately. Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Getherick is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight.
Getherick's days are numbered. I will make sure of it.
Without a cure for your infection, your days are numbered too. Yet you selflessly offer to spend them fighting alongside us. I like you. I promise I will do everything I can to make sure you survive this.
I promise I will return that favor, Jaheira.
Starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Getherick's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at moonrise. Until then, we keep drinking wine when we meet.
How do I reach him? The towers are surrounded by shadows.
You're not our only secret weapon. Isabel, a faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive.
That dome that's protecting
She's upstairs
everyone.
in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
Very well. Before we head upstairs, our bard is going to talk to the tiefling bard.
Oh, you're all right. Thank goodness. I was worried they'd got you too.
You think a few shadows could beat me?
Wait. No one's told you. We were ambushed out in the darkness by cultists.
Oh no.
We surrendered. But that wasn't enough for them. They lined us up like dogs. Asherak was with the kids, telling them it was going to be all right. Maybe that's why they picked him. Told him to kneel. They took his eyes first.
Ah!
Then his tongue.
Oh my god! How did you survive?
Some of us fought back. Or tried to. But it was hopeless. All I could do was run.
Running was definitely the right call.
That means a lot, coming from you. You always seem to take everything in your stride. How do you do it? How do you keep going?
Well, you drink a little bit of blood and everything just feels better. When the night is dark, the stars shine brightest. So keep on shining. It's gonna be all right.
Heart's Requiem, right? The hero survives a war and rebuilds her life, stronger than ever. A tale worth remembering. Especially now. You've done so much for us already. But I have to ask. The others might still be out there. If they're not dead, they're in Moonrise. And gods have mercy on anyone in that hell's pit.
I made an oath to follow the tiefling story as best that I could. It seems as though I've already fumbled the ball. I will try to make up for that. I will try to find the prisoners at Moonrise Towers.
Thank you. If anyone can manage it, you can. Just be careful up there, all right? I can't handle anyone else dying.
I'll do my best. You have my word. Now, believe it or not, there are more story threads inside of this building. They really plop you right into the thick of it here at the Last Light Inn. Last time we were here, this place got dark urged, unfortunately. Your roof is caving in. We're going to head upstairs through the double doors and speak to Isabel, who's outside. Repairing the shield, maybe? Reinforcing it? Very well done. I wouldn't mind knowing magic like that.
I didn't realize I had an audience.
Hi.
The true soul who's going to save us all. I'm Isabel. Pleased to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Ooh, cleric! I see another so in touch. To see another so in touch with divinity is rare. You have my thanks, Selionite.
And you mine. Not many comprehend the task of steadfast faith.
I'm very new to it, but I think I'm fitting in well. You must be a high cleric indeed to enjoy such direct blessings from Selûne.
Not so much high as necessary, perhaps. Our Lady has granted me the ability to protect these people. It isn't a permanent fix, but it's what we've got. Speaking of, you must be here for the protection spell, yes?
What does that do for us? Lae'zel just showed up. I want a spell, come on!
Perfect.
Thank
It'll
you.
make you immune to the lesser effects of the shadow curse.
Oh.
Closer to the towers.
Great.
There are places it won't help. Places where the curse is darker, stronger. The cultists are able to traverse even the deepest shadows, though. I don't know how. The Harpers are trying to figure it out.
We can throw some shade. Let us hope Selûne's protection is worth the sickly radiance.
I don't think you can afford to be picky. No matter how distasteful your god finds mine. While you're busy in the towers, I'll be sure to... Wait. Do you hear that? Something's wrong.
Oh, I want wings. Could you imagine how strong Kalark would be with wings?
Hello, Isabel.
Marcus, is that you? What's happened to you?
I've been blessed. You can be too. Come with me, and you can hear all about it from Ketheric himself.
Isabel, do you know this man?
He's a flaming fist. Or was. Came with the others when we created this haven.
And I thank you for your hospitality. True soul, my instructions are clear. Take the girl to Ketheric, alive.
Your pretender god holds no sway here, true soul.
Pathetic. The Absolute sees all, you fool.
The Absolute. Of course. You can't believe them, Marcus. Ketheric will never give you whatever it is you've been promised.
He already has.
Yeah, can I get wings?
Isabel.
Uh-oh. Constitution saving throw failed. Mo! Oh, that doesn't look good either. That looks like Shadow Curse magic. And we're thrown right into the thick of things, aren't we? Lae'zel is going to be going first. I realize she does not have heavy armor proficiency, so she's back in her old Githyanki gear. If we want to swing on Flaming Fist Marcus, we have a 60% chance of hitting. However, with her new powers, she has Divine Sense. Gain advantage on attack rolls for the next 2 turns. Now we have a 60%, that should be more. There we go. First swing is going to connect for about 22 damage. Next swing connects for even more, taking away all of his temporary HP. And that was only round 1. Let's see how he responds. Flaming Fist Marcus gives us an attack of opportunity. We take it. He has taken a beating already. Isabel gets an attack of opportunity as well. And with 48 HP remaining, he somehow siphons life from the rest of us. 6 damage to Isabel as we tried to help with cutting words. And we're going to see another main hand attack. How many actions does this guy have? Now, Winged Horrors on the bottom floor, choosing to fly up towards Isabel. If she dies, everyone here at Last Light Inn is going to die too. We can't have that happen. we see Kalark put away his torch, and now with intense focus, come up behind Flaming Fist Marcus and hit him with a toppling attack, knocking him down to the ground. After which, we punch him so hard in the face that his body never moves ever again. The winged horror on the other side of Isabel is going to be my next target. We move in and hit him with, God, it was almost 22 damage to the side of the head. Meanwhile, we see Gale move into the room and fire off a scorching ray, 1, maybe 2 shots at the winged horror in front of him. And then if he can manage it, it looks like I can't, actually. Let me run this back a little bit. We might be able to get a slightly better angle. I'm going to move forward because I'm very confident this guy is dying. And then we'll aim that last shot over at the opposite winged horror. Unfortunately, we got a critical miss. But Isabel, still able to act on her turn, takes an attack of opportunity. She has 14 HP left. She moves forward just to cast Turn Undead and then heal herself for a small amount of HP. We could Bless to try to keep everyone alive here. What I'm going to do instead is cast Aid. This should hit my whole party, right? Oh, it's a personal aid. I kind of regret buying this shield already. All right, for the rest of my turn, we will try to make up for it. We'll do a mass healing word, give a little bit to Isabel. Okay, that didn't heal Isabel at all. That was only focused on my party. All right, great. Great turn. I feel excellent about that. Jaheira down in the bottom of the tavern is now getting involved in the fight. It seems as though Alfira the Bard has already fallen over. We see a massive ice storm doing more property damage than damage to the winged horror, and making that area difficult terrain to move past. Isabel still has 22 HP remaining as one of the winged horrors is thinking about their move up top. These guys are turned from her channel divinity. Is that actually what it's called for clerics? I don't remember anymore. We are seeing more of the Harpers run in from the outside, cornering one of the winged horrors who is outside of the range of my party. We see 6 damage being done to them. Lae'zel now is going to infuse her swing with even more damage. This is a divine smite. We can upscale it to a level 3 if we want to use some of our warlock slots. And I think I do. 96% chance to hit. We one-shot the winged horror. We do it again. Level 3. Oh, maybe we don't do it again. This guy's pretty weak already. Let's just do a regular swing. We'll save that spell slot. But you can see just the offensive powerhouse that Lae'zel is turning into now. We're going to move forward and enter the next room. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast a Hex on the winged horror in here. And we are going to eventually work our way over towards it. The winged horror in the bottom of the room is causing a lot of damage now, and Harper Boar is feeling the pressure. We're going to see Kalark jump down to the floor beneath us, standing side by side with Jaheira as he fires off one of his fists into the cranium of the winged horror as it falls down. I'm then going to try to move around her and make our way to the front of the building. Gale is going to open up the door on the side here in an attempt to continue to... What's going on with my pathing? Gale, why'd you hide behind the dresser to do that? Oh my goodness. I don't think I'm going to have vision. It's actually just a little too short. So I think we're okay. I'll end my turn right there. No problem. We are going to see Isabel heal herself for 19, which is good, getting herself back into the fight. As we continue, we are going to see... Look how weird my pathing is with this door. It just does not want me to use this door. Very strange. We're going to move forward, and we will cast Dissonant Whispers on the winged horror who's trying to run around the corner. Still frightened, we hit it for 10 damage. Perfect. We'll go ahead and end that turn. Jaheira on the bottom floor is shifting into the form of a panther and then trying to bolt towards the door. She didn't move very far, though. That was like literally 2 feet. didn't really feel it, I guess. Meanwhile, up on the top floor, attack of opportunity as Lae'zel turns and burns that demon who was coming around the corner. I guess that undead that was coming around the corner. Funny enough, that was the target that we were thinking about going after. Now, earlier I mentioned that we're going to need to get some concentration spells on Lae'zel in order to really maximize her damage. That is because Lae'zel is now using the strange conduit ring that we got from the Kresh-Yalek. We can empower our own damage very, very easily by simply concentrating on Hex. Hex is designed to give us more damage anyway. It's going to give us an additional 1d6. Now, that target died there, but that's not the end of the world because we can simply recast Hex without using any more of our spell slots. However, it seems like most of the enemies are a bit out of my range right now. Should we try an Eldritch Blast? It looks like I am going to have to take a step forward, which is becoming more and more difficult to do. I can jump here. Eldritch Blast being cast. Let's see how much damage it does. Not bad. 11 from range. I don't hate that. We are going to see the winged horror outside officially paralyze one of our friends. We are going to dash with our key points, empowering the legs of Kalark to allow him to reach even further in a single turn. Watch as he just runs past everyone else standing still and delivers the killing blow to yet another winged horror on this side of the building. We are then going to see Gale Misty step through his party, reach the edge of this platform, and deliver another scorching ray to the side of the winged horror.
There's a parasite in that corpse, brimming with potent magic.
I should get it. Is that what you're saying? I thought we were going to be brought directly into a cutscene here. There it is.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Marcus has been with us since the start. They've been tracking us this whole time. And that was no random attack. You were the target, Isabel. They know how important you are. But they don't know about you. Ketheric will strike again. We need you to strike first. Discover the source of his invulnerability. Make him mortal so we can make him bleed. Good luck.
We're in more danger than I knew. If something happens to me, everyone in this inn is dead. Like that.
Yep. If that protection spell falls, the shadow curse envelops everything. I do not want another Dark Earth situation on our hands. Marcus told me Ketheric wanted you captured, not killed. Why?
Why does a man like him do anything? Power, spite, some kind of twisted personal morality. I can understand why he'd want me dead. Without me keeping the curse at bay, everyone in this inn, everyone intent on killing him, is dead too. As for why he'd want to take me alive, I don't know. And I don't want to find out. Now that we have you, I hope I won't have to.
Once I take Ketheric's head, you'll be safe again.
No mercy. For Ketheric will have none on you. End this.
End this. As if it's a huge moment that's been building. We just arrived here in this town, and now they already want us to kill the big, bad, evil guy. Well, Kalark and company are going to regroup, and we will be back again next time. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I know there's a lot of dialogue, but there's a lot of new story threads here as well. I'll see you guys again very soon.